A very good afternoon to all of you, my dear student. I hope you all are fine and following all the protocols and guidelines of COVID. So, in this situation, we need to be at home and study hard. So, this is Seema in front of you, and today I'm going to recover the topic from the chapter Plants and Their Foods. The learning objective, this third number I am going to explain. Okay, some unusual plants. So let's start. This all I have completed in the previous video. So today, yes, so this is the topic. Okay, so I'm going to cover this topic, some unusual plants. So uh, there are certain unusual plants. Unusual means uncommon. Uncommon. There are certain unusual plants which make them different from other plants. These plants have special feature. These plants have special features in their structures, and these plants either do not have chlorophyll or they do not have leaves. Okay, chlorophyll, the green pigment, and due to the presence of this chlorophyll, the green pigment, the leaf looks green. Okay, so about this, some plants do not contain chlorophyll and can't make their food. They can't make their own food, so they get their food from the dead and decaying plants and animals. Okay, so further I will also uh, divide this topic and like parasitic plants, insectivorous plants. Okay, so let's start. uh, this is why this is unusual, because most of all the plants and trees contain chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll have property to trap the sun rays, and that is why they are able to make their food. And in this unusual plant, they don't have chlorophyll, or chlorophyll is required for the process of photosynthesis. So these plants, because due to the absence of chlorophyll, these type of plants are not able to do the process of photosynthesis, and they are not able to make their food. So how do they make their own food? Uh, how they how they make their own food? So for the survival, they need food. So what is the option for that? Okay, so here it is. Mushroom. hmm. Mushroom is what? Mushroom is what? It is which kind of plant? So this is actually parasitic plants. Okay, mushroom is what? It is parasitic plant. Okay, let me write the spelling of parasitic. Parasitic. So mushroom is what? It is a parasitic plant. Now what is parasitic plants? These plants also do not prepare their food, prepare their own food. Why? Because they grow and survive on other living plants. On other living plants, and these parasitic plants have modified roots that help in absorbing the required nutrients directly from the host plant on which they grow. On which they grow. Now, okay, okay. I think you all have eaten mushroom. Hmm. You all have eaten mushrooms. Sorry, mush. ROOM. So this is the spelling of mushrooms. So have your mother ever prepared mushroom in the home? Hmm? Hmm. You must have seen that white brown. Here you can see the white brown mushroom you have seen in the market, and it is packed in small poly bags or growing in some dark shady place, and they are not green plants, and we know that only green plants make their food. And for the process of by the process of photosynthesis, okay, in which uh, for the process of photosynthesis, the chlorophyll is the essential ingredients or element, you can say, for the process of photosynthesis. And because mushroom don't have lips, so green color is not present here. This is totally white brown color. So there is the absence of chlorophyll, and due to the absence of chlorophyll, it is not able to do the process of photosynthesis. Mushroom are non-green plants and hence can't make their food by the process of photosynthesis. They get their food from material they grow upon for their survival. Okay, here you can read it. Some plants like mushroom and moths. Okay, moths, it is also non-green plants, and plants which is having lack of chlorophyll, that you can say. The non-green plants are like fungi, like mushrooms, yeast, molds, penicillium, etc. They can't make their own food, and usually absorb food from the other plants, dead animals, or stale food. So they depend upon the living uh, uh, animals for their food. Okay, so this is from moths do not have chlorophyll, and these plants can't make their own food. They use the dead and decaying plants and animals in the soil for getting nutrition, and these plants grow in damp areas. Hmm. Now I want to ask you some question, fill in the blanks. So just ready to reply. Okay. Okay, this is the fill in the blanks. Mushroom cannot manufacture their own what? Obviously food. Due to the absence of chlorophyll, they can't make their food, and they get their food from materials they grown upon. Okay, the next question I'm asking again, so ready to reply. A plant, this you have to, a plant without chlorophyll. One more fill in the blanks. A plant without chlorophyll. So your answer can be mushrooms. So this was your fill in the blanks. Mushroom, molds, penicillium, these all examples you can take. Now the next, take the correct answer. Okay, one objective question I'm giving you here. Which of these is a non-green plant? Which of these is a non-green plant? So your first option is mushroom. The second option is lotus. The third option is money plant. And the fourth option is cobra plant. Mushroom, lotus, money plant, cobra plant. Obviously, lotus, money plant, the cobra plant, these all have green color leaves. So yes, these plants contain a green pigment called chlorophyll, but this mushroom, it don't mushroom are non-green plants. So this is the correct option, non-green plant, mushroom. Now come to the next. Sundew and pitcher plant. This is what? This is insectivorous plants. This is what? Insectivorous plant. Why it is called insectivorous plant? So plants usually make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. How this process complete? In the presence of sunlight, air, water, minerals, air rich in carbon dioxide. But these unusual plants, Venus flytrap also you can write here. One more example is here I am writing Venus flytrap. Because it's trap insect, that's why its name it is flytrap. So these unusual plants have different way of getting food, and these plants catch and eat insects. So yes, this insect eating plant are called insectivorous plant. For example, Venus flytrap, pitcher plant, sundew plant. Now you can read this paragraph. Sundew and pitcher plants are carnivorous plant. Carnivorous, those who eat flesh of other animals. So insect is also you can count in animals. They trap insect and use them as their food. So this is insectivorous plants. Now the next is this is also very important, cactus. I hope most of all you have seen this cactus plant in your home also. So you must have seen this cactus plant, and it don't contains any leaves. You can see it don't contains any leaves, and the color of stem is what? It is of green color, which contains chlorophyll. This cactus plant, this stem contains green color, and this is due to the presence of the green pigment called chlorophyll. So the stem of cactus is green, which contain chlorophyll, and this color is due to the chlorophyll present in the stem. So thus their stem make the food. In cactus, stem make their food. So in most of the plant, leaf makes food. That's why leaf is called as the kitchen of the plant. But in cactus, stem, it is the kitchen of the plant, because stem contains chlorophyll and stem make the food for the plant in cactus. So that is how the food is prepared in stem instead of leaves. Now I am asking you some question, but from this just complete this paragraph. Plants like cactus growing in desert have needle-like leaves. Photosynthesis occurs in the green color stem and not in the leaves, because it don't contains leaves of these type of plants. Okay, so I'm asking you some question here. Just say true or false. So I'm writing one question here. Cactus plants makes its own food. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. Now tell me answer for one more question. Uh, the stem makes food in this plant. Okay, now give me the answer in one words. The stem makes food in this plant. In which plant? Cactus. Cactus. Okay. Yes. Now I think you uh, would have understood. Okay. Okay. Do you know plants lose water through their leaves? Plants lose water through their leaves, but in cactus, leaves is not there. So how it reduces? Their leaves, desert plant, this cactus can't afford to lose. Afford a double F word. It can't afford to lose water because there is already scarcity of water. Then from where it will lose water? So in cactus plant, the leaves are therefore reduced to spines. Spines. See here, you can see spines. Here you can see spines. Instead reduced to spines instead to prevent the loss of water. And in cactus plant, stem store the food and water. In the most of the plant and the trees, leaves store the food and the water, but in cactus plant, in desert plant, stem do that work. Stem stores the food and water. Next, it is most plants lichen. So some plants like moss and lichens grow on other plants and animals, and the plants that grows on other plants and animal for their survival. So this type of plants named as parasitic plant. Parasitic plant. I explained about parasitic. TIC, parasitic plant. Animals and absorb food from them. Example, moss plant and lichen plant. Okay. Now the next, any more is there? Yes. One more. Now croton. It is croton plant. It is croton plant. So croton, these plants have chlorophyll. It is looking red, but crotons have chlorophyll, but they appear red. But they appear not red, actually dark red in color. Why it looks dark red color, and chlorophyll is also present in that plant? Why? Because they contain a red color pigment, and this red colored pigment name is anthocyanin. Anthocyanin, which hides the green color of the leaves. And since the leaves contain chlorophyll, they can undergo the process of photosynthesis. They can make their own food. Okay, but due to the presence of this red pigment anthocyanins, it hides the color of it hides the color green. Okay, so croton have deep and red colored leaves. The red pigment hides the green chlorophyll, and since the leaves contain chlorophyll, they undergo photosynthesis. I think you understood this all. Okay. Now from the next in the next video, I will explain about the interdependency of plants and animals. So here we complete with the topic. Hope you would have understood. Thank you. Good night and bye bye.